Welcome to Imagine Ocean!
Take a deep breath, because in just 10 seconds, our enchanting story begins. Now, close your eyes and let your imagination take flight.
The Little Turtle's Journey.
Once upon a time, in a beautiful pond, there lived a little baby turtle named Timmy. Timmy was tiny, cute, and had a bright green shell that gleamed in the sunlight. He loved to swim and play with the other little creatures in the pond. Timmy was very curious about the big world beyond the pond. He often sat on the rocks at the edge of the pond and wondered what lay beyond. He loved to listen to the older turtles who would share their stories and adventures. One day, an old wise turtle named Grandpa told Timmy a story about a magical land with stunning mountains, vast deserts, and lush forests. This land was called Adventureland, and Grandpa said that every turtle must visit it at least once in their lifetime. Timmy decided that he wanted to visit Adventureland too. He asked Grandpa how he could get there, and Grandpa replied, "My dear Timmy, you must follow the river past the pond, and you will find Adventureland." Timmy knew he was still too small to go on such a long journey, so he decided to grow strong and learn all he could in the pond. He spent his days practicing swimming, diving, and even holding his breath underwater for as long as possible. One day, Timmy noticed a group of turtles near the pond's edge. He swam over to join them and saw that they were racing each other. Timmy decided that if he wanted to be strong enough to go to Adventureland, he needed to learn how to race too. During the race, Timmy was excited to discover that he had a natural talent for swimming fast. Each day, he would join the other turtles for a friendly race, and he slowly but surely became the fastest turtle in the pond. As the months went by, Timmy grew bigger and stronger. He continued to learn from the older turtles and practiced his swimming and diving skills. He even tried to crawl faster on land, as he knew that he would need this skill for his journey to Adventureland. One sunny day, when Timmy felt he was ready, he went to Grandpa Turtle and told him about his plans to go to Adventureland. Grandpa was proud of Timmy and said, "The journey will be long and full of challenges, but I believe you are ready, young Timmy." The next morning, Timmy said goodbye to his friends and family. With a heavy heart, he set off on his journey to Adventureland. As he swam down the river, he marveled at the beauty of the world beyond the pond. Timmy encountered many interesting creatures during his journey, such as playful otters, friendly fish, and even a curious raccoon that tried to play with him. He slowly made his way along the river, enjoying the company of his new friends. After several days, the river led Timmy to a dense forest. He was amazed by the tall trees and the variety of animals he saw. He met a wise old owl who advised him to be cautious of predators like snakes and birds of prey. Timmy knew he had to be both brave and smart in the forest. One day, as Timmy was resting under a bush, he sensed danger approaching. A large hawk swooped down towards him, but Timmy quickly hid inside his shell. The hawk, unable to pick up Timmy, eventually gave up and flew away. Timmy was relieved and continued his journey. When Timmy finally left the forest, he found himself in a vast desert. The sun was hot, and there was no water in sight. Timmy knew that he must keep moving, even though the heat was almost unbearable. Each day, he searched for shade and spent the nights resting under the stars. After several days in the desert, Timmy was overjoyed to finally come across a small oasis. Here, he found fresh water to drink and some delicious plants to eat. He met other tired travelers resting at the oasis, and they shared stories of their adventures. Timmy felt proud of himself for having made it so far, but he knew that Adventureland was still some distance away. He said goodbye to his new friends and continued his journey towards the magical land that Grandpa had told him about. As Timmy reached the end of the desert, he found himself at the foot of a majestic mountain. He knew that he had to climb it to reach Adventureland. He started his ascent, taking one small, determined step at a time. The climb was difficult, but Timmy's perseverance paid off. Finally, he reached the top of the mountain, and there before him lay Adventureland. The sight took his breath away, stunning valleys, beautiful lakes, and lush forests as far as the eye could see. Timmy knew that his journey had been worth it, and he eagerly explored the magical land. He made many new friends, discovered new places, and learned valuable lessons. He even found a splendid new home near a sparkling waterfall where he could live happily. Years went by, and Timmy became a wise old turtle. He would often sit by the water's edge, reminiscing about his adventures and sharing his stories with the younger generation of turtles. He always reminded them of the importance of courage, persistence, and following their dreams. One day, a small turtle approached Timmy and asked, "Grandpa Timmy, how can I go on a great adventure like you did when you were young?" Timmy smiled and replied, "My dear child, prepare yourself, grow strong, and never give up, for the world is vast, and there are many adventures waiting for you." And so, the spirit of adventure was passed on to the next generation of turtles, all inspired by the brave and wise Timmy, who had once been a small turtle with big dreams. Timmy's legacy lived on, proving that no dream is too big for a determined heart.